Overwatch, the only game I can think of where 90% of the community doesn't even like the game. Whether that's due to the immaculate balancing decisions that the devs bless us with on a weekly basis, or because they suck and need to cope with negativity. Because if these players don't take it upon themselves to be the most toxic human beings on planet Earth for the duration of the match, then they might as well purchase a ticket to board the United Airlines Flight 175 as a first-class passenger in the cockpit. Overwatch is known for its overall toxicity. I mean, if you look up just Overwatch 2 on YouTube, within the first few videos, you're bound to stumble across a video that revolves around toxicity one way or another. But today I want to talk about something that I would consider to be overlooked by most, if not all, of the Overwatch community. Let's talk about the atmosphere and overall beauty of Overwatch 2's maps, shall we? As you know, there's a lot of maps in this game, so I'm going to take a look at the top 5 maps that I'd consider to be the most beautiful. Is it nice to be here? You can't talk about beautiful Overwatch maps and not mention Hanamura. Hanamura, whatever. From the gorgeous cherry blossom trees to the stunning Japanese architecture, and don't you forget about the Mount Chiliad in the backdrop. Now, I didn't play Overwatch 1, and from what I heard, 2CP was terrible. But to be honest, I kinda wish this map was still in rotation. The only time I ever play it is when I'm playing customs with the boys, and that doesn't happen much anymore. But let's take a quick walk around Hanamura so I can show you my favorite parts about it. So obviously, you got the main part here, which is widely considered the most beautiful part of any Overwatch map in the entire game. There's not much more beautiful than pink leaves slowly and elegantly falling towards the ground that just happened to despawn midair. Or just go through the floor. And I don't know why you'd ever come this way in a real game, unless you're like a flanking tracer or something. But hey, maybe you just want to see the beautiful city skyline view and, you know, just fulfill a quickie real quick. Because this view is fucking amazing. And whatever kind of trees these are, really play a big part in bringing everything together. They really didn't overdo the cherry blossom trees on this map at all. It's a perfect blend. Because you got the main part here, and then you got the beautiful Japanese Shimada temple where Hanzo prays on Genji's downfall. And then you got the porch over here with the stunning view of this creamy tip mountain. And look, you even got this beautiful city right here, which even though the buildings are like copied and pasted every other building, I can see like 30 of this building's model without even moving my camera. And then you got the occasional bus that just goes zooming at 300,000 miles an hour across the entire city. But hey, there's even more to explore on Hanamura, because you come over here, and this is one of my favorite spots in the entire map, because you got this beautiful tree here with this nice green bush for contrast. You got the creamy tip mountain in the background with the city, and then you can just kind of pose up here and everything looks absolutely cinematic and beautiful. And then you got another Japanese architect building here with a massive bell where these two dragons just can't seem to help performing 6-9 on each other. And then you move out of the sex dungeon and you got this beautiful little courtyard area. It's got gravel everywhere, adds to the contrast nicely. And you come over here and you got an actual sex dungeon. Who knows what's in there? But over here's another greatly underrated part of Hanamura. To be honest, I'm just a fucking whore for cherry blossom trees, because pink is my favorite color if you haven't been able to tell already. I mean, my name in the Discord server is literally pink, which you should join, by the way, if you haven't already. But just the small details that Blizzard decided to put on this map with the little petals on the ground here really makes Hanamura stand out as a true masterpiece of design, even though 2CP is considered not to be a very good design. This building. Now this building's nostalgic to me for a very specific reason, because back when I first started playing this game, me and my buddy would play custom games all the time, and I would always play as Hanzo, and he would always play as Hanzo. We'd be 1v1ing, so I would come over here, right into this corner here, I'd sonar this, and he's kind of retarded, so he would just walk into here every single time. I'd have a charge shot, and I'd just headshot him every single time. He would never kill me right here. We made it off limits, because it was a 100% lethality rate every single time. Oh shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all Hanamura has to offer. I can't go over there, because the only version of this map I can play is the deathmatch version, and well, unfortunately, Blizzard decided to cock block me by putting this massive fucking barrier right here. Oh, and look at that, more dragon sex. So, let's do a nice smooth transition into the next map. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh? Now you may be surprised that New Queef Street's even on my top 5 maps, but just take a look at this. The sun on this map is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I know I'm just looking at a bunch of pixels on my screen, but there's something about this sunset that just makes you feel comfortable. And once you explore the map a little bit, you'll realize the mass amounts of detail and time that the devs put into decorating this map. I'm so retarded that I didn't even know that this map was based in Canada. I mean, you'd think I'd have realized this since the map is pretty much just 90% snow and and every corner you turn a Canadian flag is right fucking in front of your face, but I never noticed it. Probably because every time I play this map, the enemy team always seems to have a Bubba, and I'm too focused on trying not to receive involuntary backshots from Bubba and his goons. There's a lot of small details in New Queef Street that I can't show you, because if I did, the video would be longer than my cock, and there's not too many things longer than that, let me tell you. But I will show you a few of my favorite things about this map. So right across the street from Warbird's Gym, you got Canadaya. I'm sure I pronounced that perfectly correctly. Perfectly correctly? Jesus fucking Christ. Now I got a pretty good memory about this little bar down here, and it was when me and a couple buddies decided to hop in one of those chill 18 plus lobbies where there were a few people role playing as bartenders and waitresses. So a couple of my buddies and I hopped on this chair here, or on this booth rather, and we ordered a couple drinks. And the two waitresses that came up to get our drinks were allegedly goth girls. So me being the completely extroverted individual I am, I didn't say a goddamn word. They asked me what I wanted to drink, and I straight up told them I wanted a glass of orange juice in a 2-year-old sippy cup. So they went to go get our drinks right through that door over there, and as they were probably finger banging each other, I walked up to the bar over here since there was a bartender. So I asked this dude for a drink, and this dude responds to me in the most forced voice I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude sounded like Corpse Husband if he just got done getting fucked by 15 big brolic black dudes, and also took a weed whacker straight to the esophagus. It was not the most pleasant thing that I've heard, but as much as I wanted to just fucking jump out of my chair and start laughing my ass off, I took this imaginary drink from him and I went back to my booth. And these two goth girls came out with our orders, mine being a toddler sippy cup filled with orange juice, and I don't even remember what my friends got. They probably got some retarded shit like fucking Fireball with pube hair in it. But after we were done devouring our imaginary drinks and contemplating our lives, we politely and respectfully told these blue collar workers goodbye, and we left the bar, and then left the game, and then went off to therapy. Another one of my favorite parts about this map is the terrific Muslim Titty Museum, because they got some nice minor details in here with some billboards. They got a nice little catwalk here that back when Hanzo was good, I used to sit here and just fucking pick people off coming out of spawn and stuff. Good times, man, back when Hanzo had his one shot. But another detail I noticed about this museum here is that apparently we're on the 3rd floor right now, and if you come out here, obviously you know it goes up, but I'm curious on what's on the bottom. Like, what if there's like a secret bunker or something down there? I don't know, the possibilities are endless. But moving out of the terrific Muslim Titty Museum, come out here, you got a nice little beautiful taxi cab here, DeLorean taxi. But walking past that, you got the Hotel Monte Bianco. Bianco. Yes. Now this right here is the fanciest hotel in the entire Overwatch universe. And the only residents that can inhabit this beautiful hotel are the channel members of Noxylicious. And the only way you can dine in at the Egg House would be to become a channel member. Like, who wouldn't want to eat here? Get this cute little ew-woo ass egg right here with a chef's hat on, and you got these totally 100% clean dishes and blenders that look like they captured Belle Delphine's farts. You got some fucking Roblox soda cans here, and the only reason somebody wouldn't want to sit in these seats right here is if you have a build like Bubba. But if you're a loyal viewer to Noxylicious, that means you have a build like Giga Chad, so each and every one of you can easily fit into these spectacular looking chairs. And even the booths here are shaped like eggs. That's some attention to detail. Like, you're telling me you wouldn't want to fucking dine here? This place is spectacular, and you could do it for the small price of $2 a month. But enough plugging. Let's move on to the next map. I know, that transition was ass. But you can't play Route 66 with Hanzo. It would be a crime not to play it with Cassidy or Ash. This map is one of the earliest memories I have on Overwatch. And I'm not even talking about memories of me playing it. I'm talking some of the first gameplay I've ever seen of this game comes from Route 66. The map is also pretty nostalgic to me, due to the fact that in my early days of playing this game, I seem to get this map every other fucking game. And the night version is especially nostalgic, because I remember just fucking off in quick play with the homie, just yapping about some random bullshit. In fact, there's an old video on my channel that features just that. In the daytime, Route 66 becomes even more gorgeous. The way the sun beams through the canyon like rocks is nothing short of zen. No, not that ugly ass zen. Zen as in creating utter peace. If it weren't for the fact that in 100% of Route 66 games, there's a Widowmaker, I could enjoy the beautiful view that the starting point of Route 66 offers for more than 3 milliseconds. I will say, at the very end of the final push, the map doesn't look too special since it's indoors. But leading up to that point, the map is absolutely beautiful. And I guess I'll take this time to mention that these maps aren't being ranked in any order. In my opinion, the most beautiful map overall is Hanamura, but it honestly depends on what mood I'm in. So I won't yap too long about Route 66, although I could yap for hours about how absolutely gorgeous this shit is. But we're gonna get into the next map. Busan. Not only is this map absolutely bussin', I can already see the subscribers going down after that one, but this map is fucking gorgeous, especially when it's raining. Fun fact, this is the first map I ever played when I downloaded this game. There's something about a Korean city, especially at night, that is just so relaxing. Like, there's so many different neon signs and restaurants and words everywhere that it just feels like this map is so packed full to the brim with things to explore. And when I'm talking about Busan, I'm not talking about Busan as a whole. I'm talking about specifically the downtown part of Busan. I mean, this one is a whole different vibe in itself, with its orange and yellow trees combined with the beautiful blue sky, white clouds, and sun rays oozing down over the rooftops. The Korean structure in the middle of the map. This is honestly a completely different vibe than the first Busan map. And the third one, which I'm not going to go to, is nice as well. I mean, you know, that one's got the cityscape in the background, which I have a goofy ass clip I want to show you that takes place on that map, where my friend's playing as Diva, and I think he tries to dive me and he just completely fucking falls. We were laughing so hard at that, I remember that. But yeah, man, Busan is absolutely beautiful. So let's move on to the last map, and I think this one might actually surprise you. Circuit Royale. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is on this map. It's gonna be gorgeous no matter what. Let's talk about the daytime version first. You get big summer vibes when walking around this map, especially when you get towards the end and you discover the pool with the workable floaty. Like, look at this shit, I'm actually moving with it. I've been in those chill MC custom game lobbies that take place in Circuit Royale, and this pool seems to be the favorite chill spot out of anywhere else. But where the beauty really starts to shine through on this map is the nighttime version. The city skyline has these beams of colored lights that are constantly shining in the sky, creating an exquisite vibe, I must say. The lighting in Circuit Royale is overall just great. I mean, even the pool is glowing. Like, who wouldn't want to sit right here and enjoy their lovely evening on this beautiful balcony? I've always been fascinated with neon cities, and I'm also very impulsive, and I want to look straight into those strobe lights and see if I go blind. Those street lights and these ring lights on the trees here that seem to be just floating somehow, we're not going to question that, truly create this unforgettable atmosphere that makes you cozy just looking at it. Like, if you go into a custom game yourself, just walk through these streets and admire all the little details that Blizzard put into this map. Like, all the stores have nice little clothing apparel in them, and you come in here, which I didn't even know this room fucking existed. There's a Mega in here? Who the fuck knew that? I didn't. Like, even in this little excluded shop, there's still a bunch of details everywhere. And that's what I love about this map and this game in general. They seem to jam-pack these maps with details that you can discover years from now. Circuit Royale is overall great. Blizzard just needs to randomize the weather or something instead of setting it to a specific time every single season. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and I'll most likely heart it. And if you like this style of video, feel free to click the one on screen now and listen to me reminisce about the good old times I used to have on this beautiful game with my devious squad. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I'll see you next week.